poor so much, man. And then you got the devils on here in America trying to act like they don't want part of it, man. It's all a giant act, man. And you people gobble that shit up. A bunch of sheep, man, sheeple.
Yeah, because you're gonna go to the, you're gonna go vote, all right? You're gonna go vote for Obama, man. You Israelites are gonna go vote for Obama, man.
So dumbasses, man.
Once again, you didn't learn the last time.
And with your vote, don't count for shit. Watch the movie The Manchurian Candidate, man. Your vote don't count worth shit. This government is in control of all those things, all the elites, man.
Yeah, man. The presidents are selected, not elected, man.
Yeah, that's right. And they're selected way before you dumbasses ever hear his name, man.
And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yeah, that's right, man. They oppress a man even in his house, man. A man and his heritage, man. That's what they do, man. They're trying to establish a one world way, man. Their way. The way of the devil. The so-called white man's way, man. That's what they're over there in the Middle East doing, man. That's what they did to you so-called Negroes back in the 1600s, man. That's what they did to you Hispanics in the 1400s. Can you read that one more time, man? Last part.
So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Didn't the so-called white man oppress a man and his heritage when he came over here to America? Didn't he oppress the Native Americans, man? And the Hispanics?
And these Gadites, the Gadites, all right, the Native Americans, they're catching mad hell, man, because this devil takes away their crops. He took everything away from them, man. Straight stripped them from everything, man. How can they, to the point where they can't live, man? To the point where they're starving. All right? And they want to put them on these, they want to push them to these reservations, man. When the reservations are nothing but pieces of shit, man.
Ghettos, man.
Ghettos.
Hey, that leads me to this right here, man. Read me this article. That's RT.
All right, this is at Russia Today. RT, titled, Brazil steps up pressure on Venezuela to probe Amazon massacre.
Hey, which these are all works of the so-called white man, man. Because I remember months back, it could have been a year back, man, when I seen the article on Yahoo. I told the brother, man, that they found this lost tribe in the Amazon, man. And they took pictures of them, man. It turns out that they slaughtered all of them, man. So what this is talking about is Venezuela's trying to put pressure, or read the title again?
Yeah. Brazil steps up pressure on Venezuela to probe Amazon massacre.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Can you read it?
Brazil is publishing Venezuela to probe the alleged murder of around 80 indigenous people in the country's remote southern Amazon region. Illegal Brazilian gold miners reportedly crossed the border by helicopter and massacred.
You already know those gold miners, they're sanctioned by top so-called Jews, man. All right? This ain't the works of Jake, man. Jake don't even got this type of power, man. This is the so-called white man, man. Going over to mine gold, but in order to mine gold, he had to wipe those natives out, man. They had just found those people, so supposedly, they had just found those people, man. And they bombed them. Go ahead, bro.
I forget where I was reading it at, but you got the Marines down there right now, man, in Central America, man.
Shit, man.
You know, they ain't doing no type of good, man.
Nah, man. The so-called white man's the border of wickedness, man.
I think it was 200 Marines down
Shit.
there. It says, Brazil is pushing Venezuela to probe the alleged murder of around 80 indigenous people in the country's remote southern Amazon region. Illegal Brazilian gold miners reportedly crossed the border by helicopter and massacred the area's population.
Yeah, man. So that's it, though. But that's going back to the scripture, though, man.
Yeah, I'll read it again.
Done.
And they covered fields and take them by violence,
Go ahead.
and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Yeah, man. They needed the field where these I forget the name of these Indians, man. They needed that field, so what they did was they took it by violence, man. They dropped bombs on them, man. When they went over there, all they found was carcasses, man, and ash. But that's the so-called white man's MO, man. That's what he does.
Man.
These people had never even seen a goddamn helicopter, man. But they got destroyed by it, man.
I want to get that scripture where it says, since you love blood.
Yeah.
So Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
That's talking about the so-called white man. All right? The so-called white man has a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel. Who is who, man? The so-called Negroes, the so-called Hispanics, the so-called Native Americans, man. That's the children of Israel, man. And the so-called white man has a perpetual hatred for us, man. Go ahead.
Salakia. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Hey, when he came over here to this land, didn't he slaughter the natives? Didn't he put you niggas in chains and shackles?
We just read it. We just read that they're doing that, man, with the sword.
Yeah, man. Didn't the so-called white man do that? It was already written in the scriptures that he was going to do that. Read that again, man.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Hey, by the force of the sword, man. That's how you slaughtered us, man. Go ahead.
In the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood.
And the Most High, who you call God, is preparing the so-called white man for blood, man.
And those are some scary words, man. You got the Creator saying that, man.
That's right, man. That's the Creator, man. Who you know as God has the so-called white man prepared to be slaughtered. And he will be slaughtered. Go ahead, bro.
And I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Blood's gonna pursue the so-called white man. Because right after he gets destroyed here in America, man, his bloodshed ain't gonna stop, man. We gonna have the so-called white man in slavery, man.
That's right.
And we gonna do to him what he did to us. Everything he did to the so-called Negroes, the so-called Hispanics, we gonna do to him. We gonna kill his children. We gonna rape his women. We gonna chop him into pieces, man. It's funny now, but it's gonna happen. Go ahead, bro.
Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked.
God is not mocked, man. He's not mocked, man. Go ahead.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Didn't the so-called white man sow slavery? Didn't he slaughter the Latinos, the Native Americans? Didn't he sow these things, man? The scripture said, read it again, man.
Slakia. So Galatians 6:7. Slack. Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
And so the so-called white man sowed slavery. He sowed all this wickedness, man. And the scripture said, so shall he also reap.
Revelation 18:6. We warned her even as she rewarded you. And double unto her, double according to her work.
That's right, man. The so-called white man's gonna get paid double according to what he did, man. So whatever he did to our people, man, we gonna do it to him double.
That's right.
When these race wars begin here in America, the so-called white man's gonna get slaughtered, man.
That's right. Thus saith the Lord, man.
Hey, believe it or not, man, the Most High is gonna put it in you Negroes and your Hispanic spirit to be in a hunting spirit, man. Because it's either gonna be that or you're gonna die. You're gonna starve to death. Because real soon, man, there's gonna be no food here in America. There's gonna be civil unrest. There's gonna be martial law, curfews. You people are gonna get chipped with an RFID chip. It sounds far-fetched, man, but all you gotta do is read.
Hey, come over here, bro.
If you read the Obamacare, man, on page 1001, it tells you that on March 2013, you people are mandatory to get chipped. That's inside the Obamacare. And you stupid-ass Negroes love Obama so goddamn much. And he's ready to put you to death.
He is going to put you to death.
Idiots. Go ahead, bro.
2nd Esdras 15:15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh.
That's right, man. The sword and the destruction draws nigh, man. What's the modern day sword? The guns. All right? All these different weapons of warfare. That's the modern day sword, man. The so-called white man's military. That's close, man. Go ahead, bro.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
That's right, man. It's talking about race wars, man. One people should stand up against another. Meaning the so-called Negroes and the Hispanics and the Native Americans, just like it happened in '92, are gonna come together again. The so-called white man's gonna come together, the gooks with the gooks, etc. And there's gonna be an all-out race war, man. Civil war. Go ahead, bro.
And swords in their hands.
With swords in their hands, man. With 9mm. I know niggas here in Fresno that got grenades, man. Rocket launchers. You niggas are in for it, man. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, isn't in America the most, how you say it? They have the most, they're armed the most?
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, America's the most armed country in the world, man. But guess what, man? Obama just signed a law that gets rid of the Second Amendment. So real soon, they're gonna take your weapons, man. If you're registered to have a weapon, you're gonna have United Nations troops kick down your goddamn door.
And in Katrina, they were going door to door stripping people from their weaponry, man.
And that was Katrina, man. So it's gonna happen nationwide. Go ahead, bro.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Hey, so when shit hits the fan, nobody's gonna give a damn what Obama gotta say, man. Or what the mayor of Fresno gotta say. It's gonna be bloodshed out here.
And they show you that in that movie Batman.
Yeah, man, the mayors, Obama, all those people are gonna be hunted, man. And they're gonna be put to death. You're gonna see the sheriffs out here hanging on light posts, man. You're gonna see the mayor of Fresno decapitated.
Right here, because this is where all the court shit is, man.